Sydney-inspired tofu begins now in earnest. Stepping back. Oil in pan, plenty of. Don't hang back with the oil. We're not getting fat from animal products, so plenty of oil in pan. So we have our onion petals, which will cook more quickly than the Vietnamese tofu ones. We've got red chilli, lovely to see these, hello, little red things, and garlic. Let's just put a little bit of salt in. That's just going to help stop any burning which might be occurring. So that's happily cooking now. I'm not just just randomly standing here. I'm actually just looking at what's going on. So with this overhead camera, this beautiful thing we have set up to show you, you will be seeing me prodding at these bits of onion. I'm also watching the garlic, sliced garlic, because it colours first. You can see that the red is also changing colour. The petals are quite narrow, slender petals. We don't want to overcook this because it's going to be mush. And you know what I think about mush? No mush here. I quite like that, no mush here. That'll be my new slogan on my top, because I do need a new top at the end of the day. Right, so we're quite pleased with this going on. We're going to add some sauce. Well, we're adding all of these lovely things, aren't we? We've got our marinated tofu, and we've got our peanuts, we've got some green beans that I defrosted earlier. But we're also going to add two of many things. Good things come in two. So two, I don't know who invented this cap, but it's a messy cap. So that's the only thing wrong with this product. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of lime juice. That was lemon, this is lime. 2 tablespoons here of the lime. So you want 2 lemon, 2 lime, and then 2 tablespoons of sugar. Those are my 2s. Yes, even I remembered those. So 2, 2, 2, 2. 4 2s. We're in. We're just mixing that round first. Get that well mixed. Now I'm happy with the cooking of the onion, so you know, when you're doing it, do come back to the overhead shot. You know, we weren't going to do an overhead shot, well I wasn't, and then Chris said let's do one, and it's brilliant, isn't it, because we can see now that this is right. It's going to have a bit of texture in it, that onion, and it's not gone, it's not something you put on a hamburger. In goes this. Most of the marinade was in the tofu, but do scrape out the chilli, because this is a chilli dish, but I designed it so it wouldn't blow our heads off. I really like chilli, but I just don't like it when it makes my nose run and everything else. Now here we're beginning to look quite good, aren't we? We like this, I like this. Need a bit more heat, so I've just turned it up. A bit more sizzle on that. Immediately hearing it. That's good. I think it could do with a bit more heat. Now I like that. If you like more chilli than me, you know, if you really want to fire your mouth up, but I didn't, I don't, I won't. I like chilli as a flavour rather than a thing that makes everything too hot to taste. I really like my flavours. So it adds a nice little layer. Then peanuts. peanuts in. Mix. Yeah, love a little peanut. I love peanut butter. As a Christmas present once, when I was a child, my sister bought me some Sun-Pat peanut butter. I used to eat it with a spoon. I actually think nutritionally I'm defunct in some way because I'm not right every day without peanuts. Peanut butter. Those big tubs from Aldi. Brilliant. Okay, so getting back with the programme. This is looking pretty good now. I'm going to turn him down a bit because I'm just going to put a bit of corn flour in. I've got some corn flour slurry here. You know now, you've cooked enough with me now to know that a bit of corn flour in a bit of water is called a corn flour slurry. And he just was made a bit ago, so he's just got a bit, he's settled himself on the bottom. Let's just say that. And we want him to get up and get out of his armchair, and we want to put him in here. So just watching the overhead camera, I'm just sprinkling him around a bit. That was a tablespoon. I'm fully aware that this may be a bit much, but I don't care. Because if it is too much, you'll see it, I'll say, and we'll add a bit of water. So that's fine. Then we're going to put the green beans in. Yeah. That's in. So when I was developing this dish, trying it out, working in my kitchen, I've put a new tofu dish on the menu. It was a hard act to follow, Vietnamese tofu, but I wanted something that looked quite different. And this came to my head because I was really lucky. I lived in Sydney for 6 weeks and near Newtown, and it was loads of Asian food there because obviously Australia is quite close to Asia. So one night I remember having a really lovely chili dish, and I thought, oh, I'll just try and recreate that sunny, hot dish that I ate. And yes, sent it out for testing with some customers locally, and yeah, good feedback, so here it is. We're just going to put some fennel seeds in. If you have some fresh fennel, you could actually use it in the dish rather than, say, green beans. And suddenly I've got that aniseed. It's coming up. It's lovely. I'm just a bit worried that there's just a bit too much heat just while I explain things. So I've put some water in there to just loosen this. But you might want to loosen it a bit anyway. It depends how saucy you like things. You know, in vegan food, everything can be quite mushy, but quite saucy, you know, sauce with. In fact, somebody in the course said, show me how to make food that isn't just beans and a sauce. This isn't beans and a sauce. So sometimes things that are a bit drier make a welcome change in vegan food. Yeah, so this is it. I think that was a good thing to put a bit more water in there. And it's coming together really nicely. So the fennel seeds just add a pop, and when I was developing the dish, I finished it, I ate it. As you know, I sit down and eat everything and make a little note. And my comment was just something else, find something else. So in the kitchen I went, and I thought, you know, it's just a bit flat. Why is it a bit flat? Is it more lemon? No, no, no. And I just went with the whole fresh, what's the difference, and smelt the fennel seeds and thought, that is it, that's it. Popped them in and off we went.
Can you actually taste the aniseed in the final dish? It really comes through?
Yeah, you can taste the aniseed. It definitely comes through. And it lacks something, I think. For me it does. It lacks something if that isn't in. Because you're tasting it and it's on your palate, and you'll eat it later, but you know, it's on your palate, and then suddenly you just get this tiny little pop. I just put a couple of pinches in. And so you get this little pop in your mouth and you go, oh, and it just elevates it. It just makes it different. It makes it, you know, your mind goes. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Fennel isn't used often, and it's got a lovely aroma to it. And I think, you know, my food, I try to use different ingredients so it's exciting to the palate and the antithesis of what people might think vegan food is, which is a bit boring, a load of vegetables. Because it's not. Good food is good food, whatever it's made of. And this here is good food, and it's finished. So that's it. So enjoy making this dish, and I'm going to clear all this away, and then we're going to plate.